Today I am with a producer, musician, engineer, everything in between, and I'm going to be showing you K-pop for the first time.
You certainly are, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I have no experience with actual K-pop.
So why don't you just tell everyone, like, what is it? What kind of music do you actually do?
I do everything from pop all the way through to metal. But you know, I do indie music as well. But I've never experienced K-pop before.
I know you've been doing this for how long now?
I'd say about 12 to 14 years.
Yeah, it's mental. That's mental. But you've had no interactions with K-pop. And so today we're going to be checking out a group called BTS. Now, BTS are probably the biggest K-pop group in the world.
Okay.
Have you heard of them before?
No.
So they have managed to sell out Wembley Stadium multiple nights in a row.
Okay.
And it's a mental to think that you can live in a country and not know that people can sell that sort of stuff and not be aware of them at the same time, like foreign acts.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
We're going to check out a couple of songs today. The idea is I'm going to show you a few different songs of different areas of what they do. So whether that's like mainstream, kind of like regular pop, some of their dancing stuff or whatever, and just get from your perspective what you think and your takes on it as well.
Sounds good to me.
Very curious as to what you're going to think of this. So I believe this was filmed in LA.
It's got the West Coast vibes. Up until when the track started, I was like, okay, this is giving a bit of like old school West Coast vibes. When I mean West Coast, I'm talking about Dr. Dre, Tupac, that kind of vibe. And then when it dropped, it went to this nasty 808, which an 808 is this big bass sound, kind of sounds. And when that kicked in, I thought that it came together really well. So that was interesting. But I also like the drumming as well.
It's like marching band style.
Marching band style, yeah. But if there's a really cool effect they did on the fill coming into it, which is just a slight bit back.
Yeah.
So what they've done there is they've taken away the bass there and they've really accented that marching feel on the drums, and that's really cool.
Because you can hear there's kind of like rim moments as well, isn't there? And then they've just gone into that little section after as well.
I love that.
And I think as well, it's kind of seamless because they literally, so this guy literally comes out from behind him, so it's almost just like an actual transition.
Yeah, the dancing separate from the music is the choreography is amazing.
You've seen nothing, trust me.
Okay. So that's going to be a repeating factor then.
But yeah, no. I mean, it's cool as well because I think you don't normally hear just like a whole track around like a marching kind of vibe, like a band vibe like that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So what I'm seeing here is I'm assuming the pre-chorus, and what they've done here is they've changed the bass sound, and that's really cool because they brought a new vocalist in with a new bass sound, and that's kind of really giving each member their moment.
Yeah, it's a different vibe, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just changing the vibe, but it's also setting us up for what I'm assuming is going to come something quite big next.
I also noticed going into this part, you can actually hear there's a switch up with the kind of like, there's like an electronic sound that comes in, like a buzzing sound coming in.
Yeah. So what that is a distorted bass. So they've basically taken that low end bass and they've basically added loads of distortion onto it to give it kind of like an edgy feel.
Yeah.
And it definitely feels edgy. And from the way the dancing is going, it looks like it's going to be.
It kind of works because he's coming in and kind of like rapping now, isn't he, in a way? So it kind of not dirties it up a little bit, but it
definitely has that vibe. And from what he's wearing as well, he's like coming in as the authoritative figure, I guess. Yeah.
Ironically, he's the leader of the group as well.
Ah, there you go then. This is like I assume like a boy band.
Yeah.
Is it a boy? Yeah, because it's given me like knockbacks to like things like Backstreet Boys. It's got a lot of that sort of like vibes in there. But what I really like about this is how it transitions between all the vocalists. Yeah. Like it's just flawless. It all just goes like they all come in, and when they come in, it doesn't sound jarring. It sounds really coherent.
What do you think when you've got that many members, that line distribution's got to be a bastard to work out, right? Because,
absolutely.
And then you've also got, right, who's also right for this part. If you've got the cadence for this, but we also want you on this other section, we can't have this person not be as involved in the track as well. So trying to find that as well under one beat
Well, that's the thing, and the really cool thing that they have done here is they've used a really interesting form of taking in and bringing in the drums and slightly altering the bass. And what that's doing is that's really sort of like making a beat that's quite familiar not sound ever boring.
Yeah, because you think you could only do so much with that kind of thing.
Of
right?
course, yeah. Okay, that's really cool. So their harmonies when they're kicking in there, like, yeah, they're flawless. Yeah, they are really cool, and they really are lifting the track there. And I assume that, obviously, I don't know names here. This is the first time I've ever seen these, but I'm assuming that the main is being done by the person at the front at the moment, and then the two people behind are essentially doing.
So typically, when everyone is leading, they'll typically come to the front in their moment.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, like, because we were growing up when we had pop bands, there was the old.
Yeah,
they used to come out, right?
The smooth. Yeah,
it's kind of similar like that. It's to kind of like highlight them. And sometimes it's not even like a vocal thing. Sometimes it's like if it's a dance section, they want to highlight that moment as well. But I suppose with like you've got formations as well, which is a mental thing with, especially with all the people in the background doing that too.
Yeah,
well.
absolutely. Okay, that's really cool. That flip up's really cool. What they've done there is they've gone full half time there on the beat, and then they're allowing the vocalist that's come on stage now, which I'm assuming is the main. Is it the front?
So in these groups, we don't really have. You have lead singers, but sometimes you'll have like he's like the dancer, or he's the lead rapper, or whatever.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
In BTS, which is this group, you've got they'll essentially be like three rappers. So you've got like a rap line or like a vocal line or like whatever. He's actually one of the rappers, but he's kind of like what we call an ace, who can kind of you can sing, can dance. He probably in my opinion the best dancer in the group, but they can kind of do a little bit of everything, I'd say.
Because they're really highlighting his character in the music. Like every time he comes on, they're making the beat dirtier. They're doing the halftime. They really want him to come across as be like sort of like the dark to the light.
So is it kind of like we saw it before when the other guy who said there was a leader, when he came out and he was like the first rapper, they kind of changed it up a little bit for him as well. Yeah. It's kind of similar as well. And he's kind of doing like it feels like a breaking up the way he's saying it. He's not just flowing it lyrically. It's kind of like
He's riding the beat. He's sitting in between the gaps. That's basically what he's doing. So he's allowing the beat to hit and then coming in between the gaps and showing his ability to rap, which is very good.
Yeah, it's a halftime.
Yeah. Then it's back to your fill again.
Yeah.
They're accenting that fill.
And they dropped the bass, didn't they?
Exactly. They do that because they're accenting that is the beat to follow, and it is dance. It's like a dance, march dance, and they're accenting that. But yeah, the other thing as well is as he's rapping, he's not just rapping, he's rapping in tune. So he's sing rapping essentially.
Yeah, makes sense.
And holding the tune, and it sounds really good. I love that. I love when the music and dance come together like that. So where they've done that, accent that, beat, bam.
Vocally, what are you thinking? Because
okay, so I was literally just thinking this. So what they're doing really cool here is they've got the person who's taking sort of the background vocal, the hey na na na. They are doing the same thing over and over again, the hey na na na, and then the other vocalist is slightly altering their melody each time, which is keeping that call and response going, but also showing their ability to sing as well, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, because they clearly have like one of them has more of like a kind of a warmer tone, and the other one's kind of got more of like would you say like a higher tone?
Let me hear it one more time. So yeah, so it's almost like the hey na na na. They're in different registers. So the hey na 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 is in a higher register, and it would be so the main vocal would be an alto. So it would be sitting in sort of that mid high male register, but he's really bringing it down and fluctuating that melody. Whereas the hey na 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 is much more simple, and is definitely higher. I will say these tracks are designed for stadiums. They are so like collective group vocal all the time. The nas, the haze.
So do you think that is written in mind for like if we have a core chant at the beginning? Absolutely. So like that hey na na, you know that's almost for the audience, right?
It's for the audience, yeah. It's for everyone to sing back and to everyone to get involved with.
And do you think that's key when writing a song, or do you think you have more of a chance of being a successful song if you have that or not?
I think if because I don't know much about the group, but I'm assuming there is a huge audience for this stuff. And when there is, I think people want to feel part of something. And when you add that into your songs, the audience know that's their turn. So when people come to the gigs.
So do you build that first and then around it, or do you do the song first and then try and fit that in?
I think it could happen either way. I reckon it's definitely on the mind when the song's being written. And it depends what came first, the hook or the beat.
Chicken or the egg,
first.
right?
Yeah, the chicken or the egg. We don't know. So this is really cool. So this here. So they're bringing in the harmony here to make it go up. So all the harmonies coming in.
Yeah, you can hear there's a high one in there as well.
The vocal arrangements are flawless. Oh, okay.
He's good, right?
He's good, yeah. He's very good. Yeah, he's very good. But there is something that's really cool. Again, in the background, if you listen to it, someone's going on the back. I believe it's a vocal.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, flawless transition between the vocalists there.
And they've done it with the camera. Like, you can't see him behind him, and then they've revealed it.
It's so cool, yeah.
But yeah, that little vocal behind him, it's almost like another separate, like, it's like a hidden beat, isn't it?
Exactly that. And because this, to me, like, what I'm getting here is I'm getting a vibe here that it's a movie. It's not just a song, you know. It's not just the same song over and over again, which is designed to be a pop song. This is designed to be a show, like the whole thing is. And it sounds like when the song was written, they designed it with that in mind. Oh, okay, we see the video here, we see what was going to happen, what's going to, it feels like a movie.
Yeah, 100%.
It feels like an Imagine Dragons-y kind of vibe.
And they've also, like, 'cause they've even done, like, like the cinematic kind of, like, what do you call it, the widescreen vibe as well. Yeah.
Switch up.
That shot, I love that shot.
I don't think people appreciate the fitness it takes to do
honestly, yeah. And the thing is, what a lot of people don't know, because obviously we grew up listening to like rock bands and stuff like that, and they normally play like, what, an hour and a half?
Yeah.
These groups are doing 2.5 to 3 hours.
And they're dancing like that.
It's cardio, isn't it?
They're elite athlete.
Yeah, the thing is, you've got to try and like vocally keep in check as well.
Absolutely. And dancing, moving while singing just makes singing twice as hard. Then when you're doing that, that's, yeah. I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah. It comes back in when they landed as well.
Exactly.
And the little boom, boom. Yeah.
The choreography. Bit of Shreddy Krueger in there.
Yeah, Shreddy Krueger, and you can hear it reverb as well. So like, it sounds like it's in like a big room, but obviously they're outdoors, so it's like.
So what behind that is like a. Do you remember? They use them on trailers a lot. They're like impact sounds.
Yeah.
So like, remember that THX or whatever that used to be.
Oh my god, it was so loud. Yeah.
It's like a sub drop, but yeah, that's like a big kick drum with loads of verb on it and loads of reverb on it. Just go. Yeah, let you know that you're in the cinema. Almost a bit Queen. You're getting a bit of that Brian May vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, I already want to sing the AOs, so that's a part of the track that keeps coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the Destiny's Child. That is, that rain keep pouring, dun dun dun, with them harmonies on, really rhythmic. So that is very Justin Timberlake. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Funnily enough, they have a track where JT has been on one of his tracks as well, so...
That makes sense. That will be a falsetto off, I can imagine. Just having a good time.
But it adds to like the crescendo of it all, doesn't it, really?
Exactly, yeah. It's sending it somewhere new. That is so JT.
Yeah.
Love that. That's like the ending there is really cool. It's got a little delay on it.
Yeah, it's like an echo almost.
Yeah, they do it in house tracks all the time, or like dance music. It's just a nice little fade out there. That's cool.
This has obviously been the very first time you've ever listened to anything that is K-pop. Did you have any idea of what you thought K-pop might have been? Did you think it was going to sound like Western pop? Did you think it was going to sound like that?
I thought it was going to be like Western pop, but just like their own version, their own language of it. I didn't realise it was going to be like a movie, or like how mad the choreography is. Like, I mean, back in the 90s and the early 2000s, we did a lot of that. We had a lot of that.
But you feel like, see, I watched that and I feel like we grew up with like Backstreet Boys and Sync and stuff. When you see the dancing like that, I do feel a bit shortchanged at what we got.
That's what I'm saying. So the choreography is next level.
Yeah.
This is like, it's like the Transformer movie of music. You know, it's like, right, we got it all. We got Michael Bay up in here. We're throwing everything at this.
It cut to the credits.
Yeah, exactly. That's the vibe. You know, everything is epic, and you know, like even like the set, everything there. It's ridiculous. Like it absolutely is, and the arrangement as well. Like that's not a pop song arrangement. Like that reminds me of like there's some like elements of Queen in there with some of the stuff they're doing. It's like so much fusion of genre.
Because you've also got like singing, rapping as well, which...
You got the singing, you got the rapping, you got the bit of guitar, you've got the electronic music, you've got, you know, the trap beats.
There's a random dance break as well.
There's dance breaks as well, and there's marching drums as well. Like, I mean, if you're not shortchanged out of that.
This is a song called Black Swan. So first of all, that string instrument, what is that, like a harp, or is that, well, what is that?
I need to hear that again, but I think it may be, again, it's not my expertise here, but that might be a Korean instrument. It's definitely a string instrument. I mean, to me, it sounds like a nylon guitar, but it could be a harp as well. Harps are a little bit not so sharp. That's a little bit more attacky, so it sounds a little bit more guitar-y. But it's playing a really cool melody, which is kind of leading us into what I'm hoping is going to be a drop, because I'm hearing some trap hi-hats. You know? That 808 comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Their rapping, it's almost it's like in tune. So it's not like standard rapping.
It's difficult to explain because it's not singing though, but it's not rapping.
It's not. There's a melody to it. There's Eminem used to do it a lot. So you'd rap in tune. You'd find the note in the key of the song, and you'd either hold that note or you'd play around with a really simple melody, and it just sounds a lot more tuneful to the ear, and it sounds nice.
Right.
Yeah, it's a. But it's a lot higher than that. Yeah. That'll be. I would imagine that'll be a sample they've cut into the beat, or they've made the sample themselves and put it into there. But it's definitely part of the beat, you know. But it does that. It adds a bit of vibe to it, which is gives it a kind of like nostalgic vibe.
Because you can already tell this is from the last song. This is a completely different vibe, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay, that was really cool. So there's a higher vocal there. One of them is doing like fillers in between the lines.
Yeah.
What I'm loving about this is if you were to get in the Western, in our society, in Western society, when we get like rappers featuring on a track, very rarely do they get involved and like flawlessly merge into each other. It's normally like, okay, they get a verse, then I get a verse, then he gets a verse.
They have their section, innit?
Yeah, they have their section. Whereas this is just like, okay, no, we're going to make them all feel like they're part of the track all the time. And you're never going to know.
It's just more fluid.
It's fluid. It's so much more fluid. And you can tell a lot of time has gone into that.
Yeah, I suppose as well, like over time, you're going to learn who's good at what, who wants to come in and what needs to be. But I think it makes it less jarring as well when it's just all kind of...
Yeah, it literally, it all just flows. It just keeps flowing. And that is exactly why. That is exactly why, because they've put the time into it and they've thought about it, and you can tell that they're a group. I love that.
Yeah, it's like, it's got its own repetition going, right?
It's very staccato as well, and that's what makes it really cool. But I believe they cut the beat for that because they knew how good it was. Yeah, so that hi-hat stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that little drop there.
Yeah, it's so hard because when you're watching this for the first time, you got to take in the dancing, you got to take in obviously the subtitles to understand what they're singing about or rapping about, and also you got to take into account what's going on in the music. There's so much going on that I can understand why this stuff would have loads of views, because you need to watch it so many times to really take everything in. And but yeah, like that camera movement, just that whip down.
Yeah, I think it's a load of things where you just don't even and sometimes it's like, I used to find this when I first listened to like Bowie. When you started listening with headphones, you started hearing all the things that you didn't even know were there beforehand.
Yeah. Because you get that full stereoscape in your head, and you can start hearing it all, and you're like, whoa, where was that? That's a sick switch up there. Is that killing me now? Da-na-na-na.
Yeah.
Good way to end the beat. They've brought it back there. That da-na-na-na.
Yeah,
da-na-na-na.
but there's also a lot of like the repetitions, like the na na na. Like it just makes it like easily recognizable. So by the end of your first listen, you could probably pick up and you could be joining in.
It's exactly that, and that's how it's meant to be. But it's not predictable though. Like it's not become like a trope. It's become something they've used, but they've also used the rest of the space in the music to keep you on your toes, because you don't know what's coming next. Whereas if it was a simple pop song in the West, you'd know it within the first 10 seconds. Whereas they want to keep you guessing. I love what they were doing with the vocals in the background. So the beat drops, but the vocals keep the time in here, which is really, really clever.
Oh yeah, I never noticed that. Yeah, I mean it's like its own click, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's keeping the time in. So they're using the vocal as the rhythm, which is sick, underneath another vocal over the top that's accenting it, which is really cool. Again, the backing vocals there are so cool. That whoo, just going up there, but you need it, like you know, like when you listen to music and you get that, you need that feel. It's just in there, and there's gaps. Someone's having a really good time on the mic when they're doing the ad-libs. I love that, and I also love how this performer, obviously I'm not familiar with names. They're really pushing it in the second half. They're moving their voice up in terms of melody, and they're putting a bit more grit to their voice and a bit more angst
with their chest a little.
Yeah, they're saying it with their chest. That's it. Again, really cool harmony there, just on that line. Okay, we have to appreciate that little switch up there. Beat changes there, kick drum, and then matches it with the vocal as well, which is really cool.
Yeah, it links up.
And what we're doing here, so we're saying heartbeat racing in my ears, bump, 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 jump, jump, jump. Yeah, that's cool. We've gone to halftime there to really make it. Yeah,
because then when that drop does come back again as well, it's gonna.
You know. Love that. Cool. We've got a new instrument here as well, which is really cool. It sounds like a guitar, but it might not be a guitar. It could be a multiple of things. But in the background, if you listen really highly, it's doing this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sounds like tapping on the guitar.
Yeah, it does. It kind of feels like if a guitar met like a cello or something.
Yeah, I mean, it does have that sort of like more of like violin-y kind of.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. It's like an arpeggio. Da, 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 da,
but it's so subtle though. But now that when you hear it, it stands out, right?
Oh, it'd be one of those things that if you played it in the studio and you took it out, you'd go, something's missing.
Yeah, but
if you put it in, you'd have to really listen to hear it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. It's a five. They call it that sort of 1%er, which is like it takes it over the edge, and that was really cool. Going back to that intro. Yeah, cool.
There's a vocal effect on. There's if you hear it, there's like something going on. So you've got someone. They're doing that kind of repetition thing, but it sounds like there's someone with some sort of like, I don't know if it's like a reverb or like an echo on them.
It's like chorus phaser,
phaser
effect, which is kind of sounding like it's going a little bit like it's panning left and right. So it's going from the speaker like that, but it's definitely got like a chorus effect on it or a phaser effect on it. But that is definitely someone singing, like in terms of the effect. It's not like a tune effect. It's definitely like a chorus effect. Almost sounds like a bard, you know, like a lute kind of vibe. That's what I mean. Like when I said it earlier, I think it could be like maybe a Korean instrument.
But is it difficult in this day and age with music production where you can take any sound and you can modulate it into anything, so you don't actually ever really know what the root instrument is anymore.
I mean, that could, for all we know, that could be a sample. I mean, or it could even be, it could be a synth, like that just sounds like that, you know, that's used a sample and flipped it, or it could actually be someone playing an instrument.
Now, when you, as a producer, is that something that you prefer? Because, like, obviously you can't have an arsenal of like instruments and stuff like that.
Oh, of course. I mean, I don't care how the music's made as long as it's good. Like, I really don't care. Like, I think if the music's good, whether it's made on a keyboard and a laptop or whether it's made in a massive studio, it does not matter. If the music's good, the music's good. It takes 100%. Someone's brain, you know. Why should the fact that someone can play an instrument or someone can't dictate why they can't write a great song?
Well, I suppose it opens it up more, because if you can like kind of get anything to a keyboard and then you can put it in, it kind of...
Well, who has time in their life to learn 50,000 instruments?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, exactly, you know,
That's
like you know, we want to be making music. We don't want to be learning to play 50,000 instruments. So I totally get it, but I think it sounds really cool. They do not miss on their instruments, do they? Sorry, their instrumentation, but they also don't miss on the visual, because this is like it's almost like the ending of a ballet.
Yeah, so that mean there were even moments here where like the shadow on the wall was like someone else's shadow and stuff like that. And I mean, this song apparently is about the death of an artist, about them questioning their artistry and their happiness and stuff like that.
That
so
makes sense.
And when you think, I don't know if you ever watched the Black Swan with Natalie Portman.
Yes, I have.
It gives me loads of that with the black wings and stuff like that.
It definitely has that. I again wasn't really watching the lyrics. I was more listening to it and then watching the dance. But that totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. And I think it's cool as well, because if in their kind of sing rap style to do something like this and then to do something that's really artistic at the same time as well, which you don't often see, you know.
So in comparison to the first song which we did, which was On, do you have a preference, or like what do you think are the key differences as well?
Okay, so this song I would listen to on my playlist. This would be in the car, listening to, casual listening, easy. If I wanted to be entertained and something that's going to sort of take my attention away from my phone or something like that, it'd be the other song.
All right, so I think for the last one that we're going to do in this video, and if you guys want to see us do more in the future, you know, as well as this video does, it's up to you guys. We're also going to be recreating and reimagining a BTS song in this studio as well, so keep coming out for that video. But I think what would be cool is maybe to show you what I think is one of their biggest tracks, but also one of their poppiest tracks and an English release.
Okay.
To see the difference, because we've got, that was kind of more of like a, would you say like a darker, heavier kind of theme?
Yeah, I would say definitely. I mean, now understanding like what the song's about, then yeah. So this is really cool. So this is like definitely like a funky vibe. There, it's starting off with that, coming in with the drums, with the vocals, bringing in the bass afterwards to sort of sweeten the deal, and the bass is just filling in those gaps. I'm getting a bit of Bruno Mars-y style vibes here. So
it's also an English single as well.
Yeah, it's English. Yeah, I noticed that, so I wasn't paying attention to the subtitles this time, which is why. But what I really like is, so we say like if a bass line's really nice, we call it smooth.
Yeah,
like we say smooth. Yeah, smooth. The song's smooth like butter. Yeah. I like it. Cool shade stunner, yeah, owe it all to my mother. A little bit of Michael Jackson in there. That vibe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, that's really cool. So we've gone from like this real sounding bass line to this proper 80s sounding. Yeah. It's synth like.
What is that? That's like
it's like a Moog.
Yeah.
It's a Moog, like a Moog synth.
Yeah.
Like a wham, 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 wham. That kind of vibe. Yeah, it's given that proper 80s vibe. Okay, I love that. Music goes, we're going somewhere. The colour
comes in. Yeah. It's like a secondary drop almost.
Yeah. But that is such a hard thing to pull off. But like visually, that's really cool. Even though I'm not here to comment on that. I thought that was cool. Just gotta say that. To the booty line. I love that. Yeah.
But they actually mimic it. You hear it. There's like some sort. I don't know if it's a synth that goes da-da-da at the end there.
Yeah. I love how their voices are flowing.
Yeah.
Like the change in the voice. Again, that's one thing I picked up from it. Whoever's organising these transitions deserves a raise.
They're projecting here as well. It's different.
They are really giving it some, and that's what's cool. The verse is kind of sexy, kind of low, and you know, it's
black and white.
But it's staccato, and now we're coming. Okay, we're gonna belt. Love that. That's proper. That was proper made big a little few years ago by Bruno Mars. But that's a kind of a funk trick. That dun dun da.
Yeah.
Get everyone dancing to that. Oh, okay. I wonder. I would be really interesting to know if that's the singers or that's like a vocoder.
Yeah, see, I think it's vocals, but it's hard to know, isn't it?
It is hard to know because in music now, like especially in this genre, if you listen to like Bruno Mars, Uptown Funk and stuff like that, there is a sound there where they deliberately use like a keyboard with a singer on, which is like a vocoder, which makes harmony out of it. But it's not like a I can't sing vibe. It's more of it's like a sonic sound and a signature of the genre.
Right.
So it'd be really interesting to know if that is real vocals or they've deliberately used a vocoder. And I've never seen someone look good in orange, so, but he definitely does. Yeah, I'm gonna get my orange suit out. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, we have to go back here. Sorry. Yeah, love that. And whoever's doing the harmony underneath, yeah, well, that's a touch as well. If you listen to that again on the vocals, you can hear another vocal behind it and they're singing a harmony and it's really nice. What I'm really impressed with as well is their pronunciation.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, because you got to think about how hard it is to speak another language than to sing in it.
Exactly. Right? You know, and they're two very different languages as well. And I can understand every word. I'm not having to look at the subtitles or anything. It's really, really good.
Do you know what? When you mentioned that harmony, like back here, no, where was it? Like, well, it was in both, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I have never heard that before, and I've heard the song a bajillion times. But now, once you hear it, you'll never unhear it again.
Exactly, and you need it. It's impact. They call it like a 5% or 1% thing. It's something that if it was missing, you would feel it. You wouldn't necessarily know exactly what was missing, but you would notice that. I only notice it because I edit vocals all the time and deal with vocals all the time. So that when vocal production's there, you know that it needs that. But it goes all the way back to the Jackson 5. They do it all the time as well. So there's something cool here with the harmonies as well. It's a 2-part harmony that goes to a 3-part harmony, I think. Oh, no, it's not. It's a 3-part all the way through. So someone's doing a lower and someone's doing a higher, and then the person on the screen, I assume, is doing the main. Okay, so whoever's on the keyboard here is having a really good time. So in the gaps, they're doing something really cool. They're going do like this, but they're doing like a little run up on the keyboard, which is really cool. It adds to the happy vibe. Whoever's doing this vocal production as well, the way the vocals sound is phenomenal.
It feels like you can hear this coming out of a car radio, couldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. But like what you're hearing is just ultimate clarity with no... so that takes two things. That takes a very good engineer to engineer these vocals, but also a very good singer with very good technique. And they've all got flawless technique, which is rare. My guy's he's come back.
What is so that thing? It sounds like a kazoo or something, doesn't it?
Okay, I think again it's always hard to tell because the way music production works now, it could be anything. But that sounds to me
or a talk
like
box.
It sounds like it could be a talk box, or it could be an old keyboard with like a saxophone sound, like kind of vibe, where it kind of never sounded like a sax, but it got its own thing going on.
DJ.
Yeah, that kind of vibe. Yeah. Reload. The way it's being played, though, is definitely being done on a keyboard. That's really cool. So what they've done there is that sound, they've had it in a lower octave and they've upped the octave to up the intensity. So that means they've made it higher. So it's the similar notes, just moved up a complete octave.
So it's like scratching a different itch, but same.
Yeah, exactly. It's basically going, you hear it? Now you hear it. You know what I mean? Like, now it's here. Like, we're really going now. This is my moment kind of vibe. Yeah, vibes. This video production's insane.
Yeah, it's super vibrant as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's super it's super retro, Stranger Things vibes, Clockwork Orangey, but then also like this kind of consistent zoom.
And it's kind of crazy because obviously the videos that we did Black Swan, which was very like monotone, very dark, shadowy, and then the other one was more like what it was just mainly like white and blue, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And then you've just got this ultra, but I think that this one suits the sound though, doesn't it? Like,
Well, look, it's Miami Vice. It's the 80s, isn't it? Like they're selling the 80s. Like that's what they're doing. They've captured the genre of what they're doing in terms of the music, and they're portraying that with the imagery. So it looks like, you know, you look at this now and it looks like the 80s. Like they've even got that film sort of like
that grain almost.
That film grain, overexposure vibes.
Ice on my wrist, I'm the nice guy. Got the right body and the right mind. Rolling up the party, got the right vibe.
So that's really cool. So they've gone, all right, let's put an 808 under here where we're rapping now.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Dun dun. 808's the low bass, the dun dun dun. That kind of sound you hear in a club. Also, interestingly, anyone that's interested in chakras, the reason why 808s are really popular in club, because you have different chakras around your body, and the 808 hits you in the chakra, which we'd call the sexy chakra.
You also got the brown note as well,
Yeah,
if that's the
exactly.
thing, if it is a thing.
But yeah, if it is a thing, I think it is, if you've needed the toilet. But
Google the brown note.
Yeah.
Google the brown note.
yeah, just make sure that you are on your own.
Or wearing nappies, either way.
Fresh boy, pull up and we lay low. On the bass, get moving with the bass low.
I love that. Bruce Low.
He's got a very cool voice, I think.
Yeah, he has. He's like the Snoop of the group, you know, the Snoop Dogg of the group. He's got that voice that you could just put on anything and you just go, oh, we're here for it.
It kind of cuts very much, because you coming in after that, it's just a very much like a, because I imagine, obviously you were saying it's very clear, but you've got a lot of bass going in there as well. So like, how difficult is it to have a vocal cut through when you've got a bass that thick happening?
Well, it is, but normally what you do is when you've got like this heavy bass line going on, what you do is you would accent that. So that would be your low end. And then you would try to leave a bit of the mid range for the vocal, which is what they've done. And then you'd have like just in the gaps, these little other notes. Like if, you know, if this was a rock song or something, you'd have heavy guitars. It'd be a lot harder to hear those vocals. But because he's doing this kind of cool lapse vocal that's kind of sitting there really nicely, it's kind of like, the bass is down here, which no one can recreate unless you're like a severely good baritone or beatboxer. And then you've got him sitting here, and then you've got the hi-hats and everything else up here, which is why there's so much space in it. But he's got that swag. Again, we've got that famous, they keep using that sub drop, that sound there, right there. We love that. Okay, so that new vocal coming in there. So normally when you have a chorus in a pop song, it will repeat itself twice and then there'll be subtle differences. And now with the third one, they're really sending it home by adding this extra vocal.
So it's kind of it's similar to what they did in the first one wasn't it?
You've got to keep it moving, but keep it familiar.
But it's also like climaxing it. It's like
it is. And the high vocal will always do that. We call it ad-libs. It's just like, you know, so let the singer go a bit mad in the gaps,
just,
you know?
Just popping off.
And they probably would have done loads of takes of this. Actually, to be fair, with how organised they are, like with their vocal production, I would imagine they would have written it prior to it. But a lot of times you'll get soul singers and stuff go in there and they'll just do loads of different takes and then they'll pick the best ones to put in the gaps. But this seems a little bit more organised than that. Just the choreography, everything, it seems like they've put
it seems like for everything it has to be so thought out, like thorough. It can't.
I know I'm not meant to be commenting on the video, but the whips from the video with the music is really
cool. It emphasises those punches as well, doesn't it?
It does. It literally does. Okay, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air vibes. Will Smith in the house, loving that. Yeah.
I was actually looking forward to this because you can kind of hear that the energy definitely picks up here for sure.
But I mean, I hear this song, and even though it's essentially K-pop, I'm hearing Miami.
Yeah.
Like I'm hearing like American Miami Vice in the 80s, that kind of vibe. You know, some big, simple raps that are really good because of the way the tone of the voice sounds. It's like Will Smith. Like Will Smith never said anything interesting, but he had a great voice.
Yeah, that's true.
Like this, and I feel like with this track, it's just about having a good time, and definitely getting that. They're doing that again. That dun dun dun.
I mean, that's how you finish the song, right? I mean,
it's definitely a way to cut it. But again, I see similarities into like what Bruno Mars did with Uptown Funk and 24 Karat Magic. It's that 80s sound. It's coming back around. They've done a really good job of it, and they've definitely they've kept their individuality while also using the tropes in the genre, which I think is really cool.
So now you've experienced 3 songs by BTS for the first time. What are your overall takeaways from this group now that you've seen them?
They're basically, for me, I'm getting a vibe of there is massive organization in this, in terms of like the thought process behind everything is so clinical, in terms of the video production to the audio production, in terms of the dance routines, the choreography. Everything feels like it's been thought out down to the smallest detail, and you can literally hear it and see it in the music. And whereas where we were used to that kind of in the West, in like the 90s with our boy bands, they'd wear white suits and stuff, but they never had dance moves like this. They never had flawless vocals like this. They had great, good vocals, but like the actual production on this stuff is ridiculous.
Would it surprise you as well if you were to be told that they are involved in the creative process? It's not all written for them as well. So they have help.
That is, yeah.
But they're involved.
Yeah, I personally, I can imagine that. I love the idea that they are involved, because if they weren't, it would cheapen it a little bit for me. But the fact they are involved is awesome. But I would imagine there's a very strong team of 100 people behind this,
or more.
Yeah, or more. Yeah.
So, K-pop better than you thought? What you thought?
It's basically like Western. It reminded me at the moment. It's like Western pop, but better. Basically, that's what I'm thinking. I think it's like Western pop if Western pop wasn't trying to get to 2 minutes and on the radio and, you know, never thought anything out. Whereas this feels like it's well thought out. I prefer the tracks that aren't in English.
Okay, I was just going to come on to, do you have a favourite?
I believe the first track for me was my favourite. But the second track was really good. Like the second track, I liked it because it was darker. And it kind of showed more to them. It showed that they're not just, you know, these fantastic dancers. They've got a bit of emotion. They've got a bit of personality and stuff like that. And I felt like with that second one, I felt like that was like authentically them.
So guys, let us know, what was your favorite out of these three? Did you learn anything in this video as well? Shout outs to Jack as well for being on these videos as well. We are recreating and reimagining the song Spring Day by BTS. That's why we're here. We're doing these videos, of course. So that video will be coming out as well. We're also going to be doing a video just like this with Stray Kids and 80s as well. And you know, if these videos do well in the future as well, there's no reason why we couldn't do more as well. And yeah, so let us know what other groups you'd maybe like to see. But yeah, thanks for watching.